Nearly a decade has passed since Warbrokers first released in late 2017, and over those years, this game has built a passionate, dedicated community. But over that time, the game has changed in a negative sense as well. In this video, I'm going to break down some of the issues and problems with the game and its community. Some of these problems are well known, and others not so much. Let's start with the foundation, because everything else builds on it. The developers have been pretty quiet, and that silence does seem to have an effect. There's a lot that could be done, but progress feels slow right now. Events, when they happen, don't always bring as much excitement as they could. Updates often don't introduce a lot of new content, and there are known bugs, like the animation reload bug and the guest bug, that have been around for years without being addressed. These aren't tiny, hidden issues, they're things the community runs into regularly and has reported many times. Unfortunately, this isn't just a matter of community feedback going unheard. Over the years, several passionate players have stepped up and offered to help, only to be denied or ignored. In fact, a couple of people have even offered to work for free as developers, just to keep the game they love moving forward. Plague, who has a well-known and positive relationship with the devs, has expressed his own frustration with the slow pace of progress. That's a pretty telling sign. I do want to be fair. Warbrokers was released in late 2017, and now it's 2026. That's nearly a decade. Burnout is a real thing, and I don't want to dismiss that. Working on the same project for almost 10 years, especially a smaller game like Warbrokers, is genuinely exhausting. Still, no matter the reason, it seems like the game could really benefit from more attention than it's currently getting. Here's a thought. More engagement could bring in more revenue, and more revenue might give developers a genuine reason to reinvest their time and energy. If raising the price on Steam would help make that happen, I'd be all for it. For what Warbrokers offers, the Steam price is very reasonable. A healthier, more active game is worth more than a cheap one that's slowly fading. When the developers step back, the responsibility falls to the community and its moderators. But here too we face a breakdown in standards. On staff decisions and applications, people are often left with no real explanation. When somebody applies for a role and gets turned down, the most natural question in the world is why? Not to argue, not to make a scene, but to know what to improve for next time. And yet, that answer rarely comes. They are usually given a generic blank response. That is not communication, that is avoidance. When someone is applying, a reason matters. A reason gives the person something to improve. Without that, the whole process becomes opaque and frustrating. Staff do not need to write essays, but they do need to communicate like human beings. A clear response is better than a hollow one. At the moment, too often the process feels like a wall instead of a conversation. This lack of clear communication ties into a broader pattern, an over-reliance on formality that doesn't quite match the scale of the game. For a community this size, some of the processes around roles and applications, YouTube, Twitch, community projects, can feel unnecessarily involved. Take the regional clan servers as an example. These servers double as private filming spaces for creators, but to even begin a request to use one, you either need the YouTube or Twitch role. And once you have that, you're not done. You then have to formally justify why a private server is strictly necessary for your video and prove that public servers simply won't work for what you're trying to do. For someone who just wants to film some footage and put out content, that's a lot of hoops to jump through. The irony is that videos are one of the best forms of free advertising this game has. More content means more visibility, and more visibility means more players. Squad leaders can reserve these same servers for squad wars with almost no friction. A quick message to staff is all it takes. So why is the bar so much higher for creators who want to film on them? The typical defense is that squad wars are a fundamental part of the game's design, whereas filming is just a bonus. But that reasoning doesn't quite hold up. Those videos are often the very reason people discover the game and engage with that core structure to begin with. There are talented people out there who genuinely want to create content for this game, and making the process this demanding risks driving them away for good. Easing those restrictions wouldn't weaken the system, it would actually make better use of the servers that are already sitting there. Speaking of people creating things, There's a group of developers, myself included, who've put real time into third-party projects out of genuine love for warbrokers. Some of those projects help fill gaps left when development slows down. Others just do something creative and new. I have a project of my own. I'll put a link in the description, and I encourage you all to take a look. The challenge is that the official Discord currently doesn't allow discussion of third-party projects since they aren't official. I remember a long conversation between several of us in that space. Developers, contributors, people who volunteered time to the game, where we raised this with staff, and unfortunately, the discussion didn't lead to a clear change. To the staff's credit, I've heard a solution is being worked on. It has just been in progress for a while now, and the longer it takes, the more it starts to feel similar to the slowdowns in developments we've been talking about. These tools already exist. This community has built them. It would be great to see a space where people are allowed to talk about them openly. That same community drive to create and improve is exactly why we also need to restore the prestige and meaning that squads once carried in warbrokers. Back in the day, squads meant something. They were created through Discord, there was a process, and when you saw a squad tag in a game, you knew that name carried weight. A few squads today still have that effect, but certainly not as much as the old days. The introduction of in-game squad management a couple years ago lowered the barrier. Now, anyone with level 50 with 100 coins in-game can spin up a squad. And look, I understand the counterpoint. A group of friends wants a squad just for fun. Why not let them? But is that really necessary? They can play together regularly without one, or they can join an existing squad that already has a community built around it. The problem isn't one or two casual squads, the problem is volume. There are far too many squads that focus purely on recruitment or being the biggest, without any focus on being the best. They don't develop clear goals, they don't set standards for their members, they just hoard numbers. And when every squad does this, no squad stands out. The prestige dilutes until the tag next to someone's name means nothing at all. So here's my call to action, and I'm going to be direct. Squad leaders, take a hard look at your squads. Remove troublesome members and leaders who aren't contributing to what you want your squad to be. Set clear goals. Decide what your squad stands for. And for those of you thinking about creating a new squad, ask yourself honestly whether you need one or whether what you really need is a community that already exists and would welcome you. There's currently a discussion about allowing squad server invites to be posted in the squad info forum on the official Warbrokers Discord server. It's possible that there could be another intention behind this, like keeping an eye on squad servers. For example, there might be a rule requiring squad servers to follow the official Warbrokers guidelines in order to have their invites posted. This is just speculation on my part, but given how detail-oriented the staff tends to be, it seems like a real possibility. Many squad servers operate with fairly relaxed rules and allow a lot of free speech, so this could potentially create some tension. To be clear, none of this is guaranteed to happen, but it's something worth keeping in mind. If we're not careful, this kind of change might unintentionally affect the independent culture that makes squad communities what they are. This delusion of prestige isn't limited to our squads. It extends directly to the cosmetics we wear in-game. When rare cosmetics are regularly given out in the shop, everyone gets them, and they completely lose their charm. I understand that people want them, but rarity is what gives them value. Rare and exclusive items that once carried real charm are now handed out more regularly in the shop. I understand the desire to let more people enjoy them, but when everyone has them, they lose their meaning. During past event modes, rare and exclusive cosmetics leaked through reward crates. I've gotten some myself and enjoy them, yet looking back, I would have been happier if they had stayed truly exclusive, so the achievement felt special. The good news is that new Steam exclusive items are in the works. That is a positive step forward. We should protect exclusivity where it counts, so that earning something rare actually feels rare again. Warbrokers has something genuinely special. A game that, nearly a decade in, still has people passionate enough to care about it. That doesn't happen by accident. But passion alone won't fix the things we've talked about today. It's going to take developers re-engaging, moderators communicating more openly, squad leaders holding higher standards, and a community that pushes for better rather than just accepting the slow fade. The potential is still there. The foundation is still there. It just needs the attention it deserves. If you've made it this far, you clearly care about this game, and that matters more than you might think. So let me know in the comments what you agree with, what you disagree with, or what I missed entirely, because this is a conversation worth having. If you found this video useful, a like goes a long way, and subscribing means you won't miss whatever comes next. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.